welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing the horror colouring book from Action Publishing. This was illustrated by Mary Carmen, who is a graphic illustrator from Colorado where this book was made, and she's produced illustrations for magazines, businesses and private collectors over the years. So this is a collection of some of her horror colouring pages that she has produced for this Action Publishing colouring book. So just to start with, the cover itself is made from recycled board and it's very thick, so it also acts as something to lean on when you're colouring, which is perfect. And as you can see already, it does have a spiral binding, which is the colourist's favourite binding because it means you can lay it all completely flat. So 2 ticks straight away with the hardcover and the spiral binding. So it's quite a simple colouring book. There's no, bells and whistles, but it really, really works. As we say, we've got the lovely binding, we've got the hard covers, and the paper is absolutely incredible. But I'll get onto that, excuse me, in a moment. So the first sort of double pages are your copyright information and then a little bit about Mary. And we have a QR code here where you can go online and watch Mary colour one of the illustrations from this book. So you can just nip on YouTube and just watch her colour. Now, the first illustration here, as you can see, is about zombies. And as we turn over, you'll see that on the back of every page, there's a little tidbit of information about the subject that was covered in that page. So this is about zombies. And then on this page, we have mummies. And there's a bit of information there about the mummification process. As we go on, we've got Dracula, we've got Frankenstein's monster, we've got werewolves, and we've got a witch. And then it sort of cycles over those 6 categories. So zombies, mummies, vampires, Frankensteins, werewolves, witches. They all appear several times in this book. So as we go through, you can see that it is a very sort of comic book style, the illustrative style. So if that's your bag, you should absolutely love this book. As you can see, this is one I've already coloured, and I did put this out on Instagram and the social media for you to see earlier on last week. And just getting onto this paper now, because obviously I've coloured this, so I know what it's like in practice. I don't know if I've found any better paper than this in a colouring book, and that is a massive statement considering that I've, reviewed hundreds and hundreds of colouring books. But this paper was an absolute joy to work on. So these were Prismacolors that I used, and Prismacolors often can't be layered too well because there's a lot of wax in them and you can only do a certain amount of layers before, it burnishes. But you could just keep going and going and going on this paper. And I found out that it's actually a £90 index paper, which translates to about 165 GSM. So in other words, it's a very heavyweight paper. It's not a cardstock, but it has the most amazing, just perfect amount of tooth on it for coloured pencils. And you can just keep going and going with your layers. Absolutely love this paper. This would actually make a brilliant sketchbook for artists because the paper is just top notch. So we'll carry on through the book. And some of the illustrations are a lot simpler than others, which are a bit more detailed. So this would be a good book for teenagers as well as the hardened adult colorist. The illustrations aren't anything amazing, they're not hyper detailed or, anything like that. And they are quite cartoonish and, not very intricate or anything like that. But as you can see, the one that I coloured, once they're coloured in, it really brings the illustrations to life. So I wouldn't let that put you off that it is slightly childlike in style, because as soon as they're coloured, they are beautiful. I love this lady from the front page. So we've got werewolves. Again, I think this is another witch. We've got a little fact here about Bela Lugosi. We've got another Egyptian mummy page. Frankenstein's monster. This one looks a little bit more mechanic than the usual. And we've got a beautiful werewolf sort of half and half here with some phases of the moon. And then there's some other horror colouring books from the Action Publishing line. And that is the last page. So again, hardboard back cover for you to lean on. With the spiral binding, as you know, you can get it in any position you want and it will lay flat, so it's super, super easy to colour on. As I said, the paper is incredible. The illustrations are good, don't get me wrong, I like them. Obviously, I really, really love horror, gothic, anything, as you all know. But I think the main draw for this book is actually the paper. Just incredible. Brilliant publishing quality with the spiral binding, everything like that. I'm going on and on and on, but it is a lovely little book. Now, you can get it from 3 different places, so $12.95 on Amazon, that's in dollars, $11.95 on Action Publishing website, and £9.66 on Etsy. So wherever you are in the world, there's an option for you to purchase this book. And very, very generously, Action Publishing have actually given me a 10% off code for my followers. So that will be in the description. You can get that code and you can put that into Amazon, Action Publishing or Etsy. So wherever you buy this from, you're going to be getting 10% off. Just note that Amazon will only allow promotions to run for 1 month. So the discount on Amazon will end on April the 6th. So I really hope that you've enjoyed looking through this horror colouring book. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and don't forget to use that promotional code and get yourself a little bit of money off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.